trying something a little different today. I'm trying something a little different today for 10 Minutes with Tim. It's Wednesday. It's 9 o'clock a.m. It's 10 Minutes with Tim time, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. I'm going to try to pull the show up here real quick on my phone so I can make sure everything's working properly. So today, what just happened? What was that noise?
Black.
Oh, okay. So this might go a little longer than 10 minutes today because I might have to start it over, or I'm playing with some tech, so things are a little iffy. So this might go a little longer than 10 minutes today. It looks like that works, though. I might have to start it over. I hope you guys can't hear that in the background. Okay. So here's the deal. On Monday's show, I talked about, you guys can see my hair's wet. I just took a shower not too long ago. Monday's show, I talked a little bit about if you're going to go to a peaceful protest, don't get crazy, right? Like, don't get squirrely at the peaceful protest. The peaceful protest. Peaceful. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Okay. At the peaceful protest. Don't get squirrely at the peaceful protest. That's what I talked about a little bit. I talked about some other stuff too, but I actually talked about that because there was an incident at a local event in Defuniak with a guy that I actually know. I didn't name names on the show, but I did, say, hey, look, if you're going to go to the peaceful protests, be peaceful, right? I said that. I said those words. And I meant that. So, but, addendum, the information that I was given was that someone charged at the monument. This was a protest to remove the Confederate monument in Defuniak by the courthouse. Someone charged the monument, knocked over a lady, pushed her down essentially, right? Knocked her over, and basically caused a little bit of a tension in between the two groups of people that were there, because there were protesters and counter-protesters, right? So caused a little bit of a scene at the very beginning. Like, as soon as people get to the courthouse, this is when that event occurred. So my point was, if you're going to go to the peaceful protests, just be peaceful. If you're not going to be peaceful, don't go to the peaceful protest. Like, if you're going to get violent, squirrely, whatever, right? Do it on your own time, right? Like, don't. And I still believe that that's accurate information. I think that that's true. You shouldn't do that. But what I didn't have was all of the information that actually happened, of what happened at that event. So I'm hoping that if I can get the tech to work properly, we can actually watch some cell phone camera footage of what actually happened at the event. And we can make our own decisions about how this went down. Okay. So I don't know if there's going to be sound or not. I think I turned the sound off, and I feel like I did that on purpose because I don't want the video playback of the sound to go back into the microphone and echo. So I don't think there's going to be sound for this video, but you'll get the gist of what's going on. You don't need sound to be able to see the video, right? So here we go. I'm going to hope that this works. Uh-oh, it's already not working. But I think I can fix it. real quick. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So we're good here. I'm going to play the video. there is sound, but I'm going to turn the sound off. Okay. So what you can see, I'll just kind of describe the video as it goes afterwards. So this is what happened, right? And that's pretty much it. Let's watch it. Let's watch it one more time. This gentleman approaches the monument. He's standing there. Another gentleman runs up. This lady tries to stop him. When he pulls him back, they knock this lady over in what appears to be an accident. And then the other people from the counter protest kind of push them away. Like, not push physically, but kind of lead them away. Let's go through it one more time. It's not very long. So, all right. Gentleman walks up to the monument. His friend, I assume, this lady sees the friend rushing, so she tries to stop him. And in doing so, gets in between them. You know, you can see what happened. So yeah, let me go back now to this, and we'll get rid of the video. Okay. Oh, I don't know if the video played through properly, but we'll see. Hopefully, because otherwise this whole thing was ridiculous. So I'll explain the video in audio form. A gentleman that's with the protest to remove the monument walks up to the monument. He doesn't touch it. But another person that's with the protest to remove the monument is running towards him. The assumption could be that he is attempting to take him back to the protesters' area, right? It doesn't look like he's charging maliciously. A lady sees that gentleman approaching and attempts to block him. He kind of bypasses her, grabs the other guy, and pulls him. And when he grabs him and pulls him, they spin around to direct him away. And the lady's still there, and they knock her down. Immediately, other counter protesters start that direction. Obviously, I'm not saying they shouldn't. Immediately, other counter protesters move that direction. So the two gentlemen continue to move away. The lady's still on the ground. Some people stop to help her up. Not protesters, counter protesters stop to help her up. And the gentleman that was at that walked up to the monument, excuse me, was essentially shunned and pushed away, forced away by the protesters. Some things that I have to say about that. One is he technically wasn't doing anything hurtful to anyone by approaching the monument. Now, if he makes any sort of move to deface it or to destroy it or anything like that in any way, then yes, now he is in the wrong. But until he does that, he's not in the wrong. He's fine. Anyone can walk up to the monument and look at it. The gentleman that runs up behind him and grabs him, I don't know who that gentleman is. I do know the first person. Grabs him, spins him around to pull him away. I don't know if that person assumed he was going to do something and was trying to stop him. I don't know what that guy's thought process was, but I feel like he's the reason that this escalated. If he wouldn't have been running, essentially, he was essentially jogging to the monument, then the lady probably never would have tried to get in the way. She did that because he was charging, essentially, right? If he would have just calmly walked up, probably never would have happened. Some other people mentioned, well, why didn't they stop to help the lady up? Well, If you knock someone down, you should probably stop to help them up. But on the other side of that coin, there was a crowd of people there. A crowd. There was, I don't know. There was some people there that immediately started making their way to the encounter. If there's two sides to a thing, and either side starts making movement towards the other, you probably shouldn't stop. Now, it's nice to stop and help the lady up, right? I get that. But at the same time, if they're coming at you, you're not going to stop. So they didn't stop. They kept going. And then they ran the first gentleman off, essentially. Like, the protesters basically ran him off. But in my opinion, he didn't do anything to deserve being ran off, at least not what we can see on video. He gets loud and starts kind of yelling at people, but I feel like that's probably because he was grabbed and dragged, essentially. Anyone would get upset about that and get hype about it, right? Like, so I just really don't think he did anything wrong. It was an accident. The lady later said she had to go to the ER because she was still in pain. And that's probably true. Like, she probably did hurt something. I get that. Prayers for her for a swift recovery if she did break anything or hurt anything. But also, myself included, and I apologize to Skip. I actually went to school with him for saying what I said on Monday. Even though I didn't call him out directly, I still made the accusation that he did something to try to instigate an encounter, essentially. And he didn't. So I apologize to him for that. And I think a lot of other people need to apologize to him as well. I think that he didn't do anything wrong, but he was ran off on the assumption that he did do something wrong. And in the moment, it's probably best to just diffuse the situation however you have to, as peacefully as possible. But at the same time, like, he didn't do anything. So, there's that. Don't be above apologizing if you say something wrong or do something wrong to someone. And I think that's all I have to say about that. This is kind of wasn't a planned show, because, like, a planned topic. It's just in response to the Monday show, and my apology to Skip for saying essentially that he tried to make something pop off at this event, and he didn't. So, again, prayers to the lady that got hurt. That's all we can do for her, unless you're a doctor and you can go and help her with something. I'm not a doctor. So, yeah, that's that essentially. Got nothing else to say. This has been 10 Minutes with Tim, where I give you 10 minutes worth of my 2 cents. Thanks for watching. Make sure you share, like, subscribe, all of that sort of stuff. Again, if you're watching this video and you're not listening to the audio, go check us out on your favorite podcast platform if you're an audio listener. Currently, that's the only way we have of creating an income, quote unquote. Not like we're trying to live off of this, but we would like to start upgrading equipment, buying some software for the computer, things like that. And that's going to take money. It's going to make the show better. It's going to make you guys enjoy the show more, I think. And it's just going to all around be better. So if you listen to the audio instead of watching the video, or do both, you'll actually be helping contribute to those dollar numbers that we would love to be able to get in order to continue upgrading things and whatnot. So, yeah, with all that being said, we really appreciate you watching, and the Grayscale Podcast is going black.